Hi, it's your coach, Joe Lucas. Welcome to your Practice Power Daily Coaching video for Monday, February 24th, 2014. Hey, I hope you had a great weekend, and here we are, the last week of the month of February. Today, what I want to start us off with for this week is understanding how we learn or slash master things. You know, there is a dynamic, a syntax, if you will, of mastery. And let's face it, as professionals, as human beings, our goal always is to master. That's called the ultimate target, the ultimate destination. So how do you do that? Well, first off, you need to be aware. So awareness is the first thing. You got to be aware that you don't know something. So for example, last week, we did meeting mastery. I know some of you went into Practice Power and took a look and said, "Oh my God, I never knew this stuff existed, or that this is the better way of doing it. There's a model out there that's been tried and true, and been proven to be highly effective." So now, guess what? You have awareness. I now know I don't know something. So next, how do you go ahead and learn? Well, it's repetition. The old saying, repetition is the mother of skill. If you're going to get good at golf, you don't just hit the ball once and say, okay, I got to figure it out. And maybe if you're lucky, hit it really well and say, okay, well, that's done, right? There's repetition, there's practice. So you want to go ahead and, so how do we do that here? Well, you watch something over and over again. You hear something over and over again. You experiment with something over and over again, right? You do that. In other words, you take that mental diet in. People ask me, like I said last week, how often should I be, reviewing the morning ritual e-learnings, and how often should I be reviewing everything in Practice Power? And I say, hey, look, you know what? All the time. We're always adding stuff. You're never going to master it all anyway. I dare anybody that listens to me to sit there and say, I've watched everything in Practice Power, I know everything about it. It's not true. So again, repetition. What's the third piece? Utilization. So what's utilization? Go out there and try it. Take meeting mastery into your prospect meetings, right? Practice building rapport with your clients. Utilization. That's what we do. So in other words, it's like, well, if I learn something and I never do anything with it, what good is it? It's like I said, going to the driving range, practice all this time, spend hours upon hours, and you never go play on the course. What's the purpose of that, right? Then the fourth element is what we call integration. Now, what's integration? Integration is when it becomes part of you, okay? And how do you get integrated? It's by utilization. So the more you use it, the more comfortable you get. Great example. All of you, my suspicion is, all know how to drive a vehicle, operate a car, right? But there's a point in your life you didn't need to do that. Driving a vehicle for most of us now is what we call integration. Don't think about it. It's innate, just happens, right? What we want. And then obviously the fifth piece is reinforcement. So we do it over and over again. We go back and we relearn, we tweak, we always go back at a new set of distinctions. That's what we do. So and think about this, maybe, some of you have professional designations. Don't you go back on a regular basis, they call them CE, right? You go back and you tweak it. You get a different set of distinctions. Great example also, and I'll say goodbye to you, is if you ever read a book, let's say a personal development book, a self-help book, a motivational book, you read it, and maybe then you put it away for a couple of years, right, and then go back and reread it again. Don't you get a different result? Why? Because you're different. So the reinforcement gives you distinctions over a lifetime. That's why you want to stay around it, okay? I know I've gone way too long in this video. So happy Monday. Welcome to the last week of February, and I'll see you tomorrow.